This is the crochet wave stitch. It's actually shockingly simple, so follow along to learn how to create this beautiful stitch. For this stitch, you want to begin with multiples of 10 plus 6. I have 26 here. Starting in the second chain from hook, you're going to work 5 slip stitches. So there's our first slip stitch. And if you need a reminder of how to work a slip stitch, you just insert your hook into the stitch, yarn over, and pull through both loops. It's the simplest of all the crochet stitches. So that is 3 slip stitches, 4, and 5. Now we're going to work 5 half double crochets. So yarn over, insert your hook into the stitch, yarn over, pull through loop, yarn over, pull through 3 loops. So 4 more half double crochets, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And now we're going to work 5 more slip stitches, and you're just going to alternate your 5 slip stitches with your 5 half double crochets until you reach the end of the row, and you should end your row with 5 slip stitches. So when we reach the end of the row, working that last slip stitch, we're just going to chain 1 and turn. Row 2 is going to be a lot like row 1, except for we are going to be working into the back loops only for all our stitches. So insert your hook into the back loop only of your first stitch, and otherwise work a slip stitch as normal. So in the next stitch again, just inserting your hook into that back loop only, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. That's a back loop only slip stitch, and we're working 5 of those. So inserting the hook into the back loop, and working a slip stitch. Insert the hook into the back loop and work a slip stitch as normal. One more time. Now we have 5 back loop only slip stitches onto 5 back loop only half double crochets. So yarn over, insert your hook into the back loop only, yarn over, pull through loop, yarn over, pull through 3 loops. Yarn over, insert your hook into the back loop only, yarn over, pull through loop, yarn over, pull through 3 loops. Yarn over, insert your hook into the back loop only, yarn over, pull through loop, yarn over, pull through 3 loops. And again, working that back loop only, half double crochet. And we have 4 onto the last one. And that's 5 back loop only half double crochet. Now you're going to work 5 back loop only slip stitches again. So inserting your hook into that back loop only, yarn over, pull through both loops. Insert your hook into that back loop only, yarn over, pull through both loops. Those are 2 back loop only slip stitches. You're going to do that 3 more times until you have 5 back loop only slip stitches, and then you're going to work 5 more back loop only half double crochets, alternating those until you reach the end, and you should reach the end of your row with 5 back loop only slip stitches. Here we are at the end of row 2, and we are working that final slip stitch back loop only in the final stitch. This is what it's looking like, and now we're going to chain 1 and turn. In row 3, we are still alternating 5 half double crochet back loop onlys with 5 slip stitch back loop onlys, but we're going to start with our half double crochets. So here we are starting our first half double crochet back loop only. So yarn over, insert your hook into the back loop only in the stitch below, yarn over, pull through loop, yarn over, pull through 3 loops. So we are just doing that 3 more times until we have 5 half double crochet back loop onlys. And now we are moving on to our 5 slip stitch back loop onlys. And now back to our half double crochet back loop onlys. And you're just going to alternate those 5 at a time until you reach the last 5 stitches, which should be 5 half double crochets back loop only. And when you finish that final stitch, you're going to chain 1 and turn. Row 4 is a repeat of row 3, so we're going to start with 5 half double crochet back loop only and then 5 slip stitch back loop only, and alternate those until you end with 5 half double crochet back loop only. For rows 5 and 6, we are repeating row 2, so we're starting with 5 slip stitch back loop only, and then after that you're going to move on to 5 half double crochet back loop only, and you are just alternating your 5 slip stitch back loop only and 5 half double crochet back loop only until you reach the last 5 stitches, which you should end with 5 slip stitch back loop only, just like row 2. And of course at the end of that last stitch, chain 1 and turn. So this is row 6. As I said before, it's the same as row 5, which is a row 2 repeat. So we're starting with the 5 slip stitch back loop only, then you'll move on to 5 half double crochet back loop only and end with your 5 slip stitch back loop only. For the crochet wave stitch, you will repeat rows 3 through 6 until your project reaches your desired length. For more tutorials like this, please subscribe and consider liking this video if you found it helpful.